Okay, so here we are just in your Gmail inbox, and now we're going to have a look at Google Drive. So up here on the right hand side you see these little collection squares here. That's what in Google parlance is known as the waffle. We've got two choices. We can either hit drive.google.com, that'll take us to Google Drive, so we see there we go straight through to our Google Drive, or if we want to use the waffle, go back to our inbox and then click on that and you can see a range of icons come up for different Google services, and that can actually be customized for the things that you personally use most in your job role, which is quite handy. So we'll click on the Drive icon there and see we end up in exactly the same place as when we just put the web address in there. Now we've got a completely empty Google Drive, and we're just going to do one thing before we do anything else. Now Google is rolling out a new version of Google Drive, and it's probably best that we all have that set up and ready to go. It just makes it a little bit easier when in training and so on if we've all got exactly the same version. So we're going to activate that first of all. We're going to go up to the right hand side here where there's a cog, click there and just go down to experience the new drive, and then you'll see your drive will change appearance ever so slightly. One or two of the names on the left hand side will change, and also the way that you can view files will just change ever so slightly. If you're new to Drive, obviously you won't notice any particular difference. The aim of this short video is just to take us through some of the very basic functions. On the left hand side here we've got the New tab. I'm going to show you how to organise files and folders. To do that we're going to just make some folders first of all. So the very first thing we see when we click New is New Folder. We're going to hit that twice. I'm going to make two folders. So I'm just going to make Topic 1 and we're going to make Topic 2. Obviously if you're a teacher or support staff then you'll have different needs for different folders. But Topic 1 and Topic 2 will cover for this demonstration. And then we're going to make a few different documents just to show you what you can create. We've got Google Docs, which is very similar to Microsoft Word. We can make basic text documents here. So we'll make that there and give it a name. You'll find that if you're familiar with Microsoft Word or Apple's Pages or any word processor, then Google Drive is Google Docs is very straightforward to use. So we've made that document there, text document. We're just going to hit up Google Slides next. That's very similar to PowerPoint. You can see we open that up and we'll get a range of templates to choose from. And we'll choose that rather garish looking one there. And we've got, as you can see, I'm just building a presentation there looking very much like Microsoft PowerPoint. So I'll just do a little bit of basic editing there and give it a name. Presentation, lovely. Look at that presentation. And one more format, one more document type we're going to look at is Google Sheets, and that, as you can see, looks very much like Microsoft Excel. And again, like Google Docs, Google Slides and Google Sheets, it's in some ways just as good as its Microsoft competitor, and in other ways ever so slightly limited. If you're actually a professional data analyst, then you may find that you still need a copy of Excel, but for most people the slides, the sheets, the docs, the Google versions of the software will do perfectly well. So we've made, I'll give that a name as well, give our spreadsheet a name, we'll just call it spreadsheet will do. So we've made some files and we've made some folders, and let's just now show you how we organise. The organisation couldn't be simpler. We can just pick up any of our files and pop them in. If we want to pick up more than one file, we can just hold down Shift and pick up two files and then just drag and drop. You can also access your folders in the sidebar there. So we open up, there they are. There are our files nicely tucked away in our topics. So we'll come back to those files and folders in a moment when we start to look at how to share and how to collaborate. But let's just look at the left hand side again. So new, we can make folders, we can upload files. I'll just show you how we upload folders or files. On the left hand side, click there, folder upload, find something on my desktop that I can upload. There we go, some photos. That looks perfectly. There we go. Revision stuff for Unit 3. Click upload. So I've clicked upload folders, chosen a folder, upload that there. And you can see just here in the progress bar, that folder's on its way up. And that looks like it's pretty much all there. And almost instantly, I've got all these documents uploaded and in my Google Drive. So now I've got 3 files. So we know how to create a folder, we know how to upload a folder, we know how to make documents originally on Google Drive, and we know how to add documents that already exist on our computer. There's a few other features that we might want to look at, but we'll leave those for now. And you can draw, you can create surveys, and you can add additional apps to your Google Drive. You can see I've added a couple of apps there. You can add additional apps, all sorts of software to Google Drive, but for this moment in time we're just going to stick with these basic rules. Create documents, create folders, upload folders. Okay, second topic we're going to look at the video is the incoming area here. You can see I've had shared with me a couple of folders. I've had shared a department folder and a folder that I'm going to use as a teacher. Now I've got a choice. I can either add these documents to my drive, or I can star them, and I'm going to do something different in each case. I'm going to take this Media Studies folder, which is a teaching folder. I'm assuming that I'm going to be creating documents within this folder, adding to it on a daily basis, so I'm actually going to add that to my drive, and I'm going to just add it. You see I've got the choice to move it anywhere. I can put it into topic 1, topic 2, or I can just add it at the basic level. I can even make a new folder to create it. I'm just going to pop it in the top level of my drive there. But the PAM department folder, I don't want that actually in my drive cluttering it up, but I do want to be able to find it again in the future, because that's where my department policies, that's where my boss might ask me to put things. I'm just going to star that document. So one of the documents I've added to my drive, one of them I've starred. So let's go back to my drive. Let's refresh that there, and you can see there's my Media Studies folder. That's now on my drive, and I've got all the content of A and AS media there. That's on my drive, but where was that other one from incoming? The PAM department folder. If I just click on starred files, I can see I can find that folder there, and what that means is anything that I star that's in incoming, I don't necessarily get all the updates, I don't get bombarded with the information every time something gets put in that folder, but I can always go back and find it. It's a nice quick reference for any file or folder to just star that, and you can star a file or you can start an individual document. So if I want to start that particular document there about the CL meeting, and then look, I go back, and that's also my starred items. So let's just recap before we finish this short video. We've got new, that allows us to make files. We've got folder upload, that allows us to upload an entire folder of content from our desktop. We can make new documents, spreadsheets and presentations directly in Google Drive. We strongly encourage you to embrace these tools for reasons you'll see in the next video. We can go to incoming to find things that have been shared with us. We can add those things to our drive if they're things we think we want to access and edit regularly. We can star them if they're things that we just want to have a reference to, if they're just lists of policies or things that perhaps contain a lot of stuff that's not directly relevant to us. We can star them. We can find individual files or folders we've starred by going to the starred section on the left hand side, and we can start any file or folder that we want just by adding. We can either control and click on it and we can add or remove stars, or we can just click on it once and go up to the More Actions tab there and add or remove the star. Anything we have starred, we don't want it starred anymore, remove the star, it'll disappear from starred items. Finally, just 2 more things to show you. Recent is exactly as it suggests, a list of files. So I'm just toggling between the list and the file view at the moment there. A list of files and the date that they were last opened by you. And finally the bin, guess what? It's the bin. Just like on a computer, if we decide we don't want something anymore, we can bin it, we can remove it, and just like on a computer, Google Drive gives us grace. If we think, hang on a minute, I did want that file or folder, all we need to go is go to the bin and press restore, and that will come back and reappear. So we've got files and folders, create new material, we've got things that are shared with us, a list of our files in the order in which we accessed them or created them, important things that we've starred, and the bin.